Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sports Coaster. Thank you so much for spending time out of your day to join me here on today's show. We have a ton to get into. I mean, there were some amazing statistical performances, especially from Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, career night for him. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is currently Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018. Let's roll that intro.
Put up in a drop top, she dropped it. I put up in a drop top.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! We just saw
The Charlotte Hornets took down the Sacramento Kings 112-107 last night. Charlotte turned up the heat in the second half. They did not trail in the second half, leading by as many as 20 points, just dominating the Charlotte Hornets. Well, they were led by Kemba Walker's 26 points. He does not want to be traded, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to prove to the organization that he deserves to stay. And I'm all for him. Jeremy Lamb as well put up 18 points, and Marvin Williams put up 14 points in the win. The Sacramento Kings, well, they were led by De'Aaron Fox, the rookie, 16 points, Labissière's 23 points, and Kupos and Bogdanovic both had 10, as Willie Cauley-Stein had 11 points. And off the bench, Buddy Hield, one of the most underrated players in the NBA, put up 18 points in the loss. The Atlanta Hawks went on a 20-0 run against the Utah Jazz last night in the second half to take a 104-90 win over Utah. The Hawks, well, they were led in scoring by Dennis Schroeder's 20 points as normal. The Utah Jazz, well, their rookie, Donovan Mitchell, he had a solid first half, but in the second half kind of struggled. He ended the game with only 13 points. Rudy Gobert had 10 rebounds and 6 points in the loss. And off the bench as well, Alex Burke had 17 points. The Washington Wizards and the Dallas Mavericks, well, this ended in quite a blowout for the Dallas Mavericks, who won 98-75. The Mavs led by as many as 25 points in this blowout win, and were led by Harrison Barnes, 20 points and 10 rebounds. Dennis Smith Jr.'s 360 dunk, which was amazing. You can check it out on Sports Coaster. Link to our Instagram page will be down in the description below. Yogi Ferrell had 14 points, and by the way, Dennis Smith Jr. had 17 points as well in the Dallas Mavericks blowout win. The Houston Rockets took down the Miami Heat just a day after Clint Capella said they were better than the Golden State Warriors. Well, you better beat the Heat if you say you're better than the Warriors. Rockets won this one 99-90. You know, it was a close game, but the Houston Rockets, it was quite obvious they are the better team. James Harden put up 28 points and 5 assists. He also had great defensive numbers, putting up 2 steals and 2 blocks. Chris Paul as well, 16 points, and Clint Capella had 14 points. The Miami Heat, well, they were led by Hassan Whiteside, the star big man, 22 points and 13 rebounds. Wayne Ellington had 13 points. This was a game that they were playing without Goran Dragic, so, you know, it's understandable that they did lose this ball game. After coming off an amazing week of going 3-0, the Philadelphia 76ers come back down to earth with a bang as they lose to the Memphis Grizzlies 105-101 last night. Memphis were led by Marc Gasol, their veteran center, who had 19 points. Tyreke Evans, point guard, had 18 points, and Gerald Martin had 12 points. Off the bench, Mario Chalmers had 17. Hey, we haven't heard his name in a long time. I mean, like, since the Miami Heat days. Wow, Mario Chalmers. Oh my god. Anyway, the Philadelphia 76ers were led by Robert Covington's 18 points, Darius Archer 22, Joel Embiid had 15, and, well, oh goodness gracious, Ben Simmons, he did struggle, only 6 points in this loss. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns, what a ball game this was. 109-105 for Milwaukee was the final score. Really kind of a back and forth game. It got quite close toward the end, but the Bucks eventually did win. Malcolm Brogdon had 32 points, and Chris Middleton had 35 points in this win for the Milwaukee Bucks. Phoenix Suns, well, they were led by Devin Booker's 14 points and Greg Monroe's 19. TJ Warren, small forward, put up 23 points, and off the bench, Troy Daniels had a solid 15 points. And this was the big game that we were all talking about, the Bulls versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, if they can somehow land Kemba Walker without trading away either Anthony Davis or DeMarcus Cousins, they have a really good chance of winning the championship. I mean, even this year, not gonna lie. But when this game here ended in 2 OT, the Pelicans winning 132-128 over the Bulls. Not only that, well, the Pelicans, they were led by DeMarcus Cousins, who played 51 minutes, 44 points, 24 rebounds, and 10 assists. By the way, 4 steals, 44% shooting, 5 3-pointers, a career night, a historic triple-double for DeMarcus Cousins, insane stats. Anthony Davis had 34 points on the Chicago side of the basketball, while Robin Lopez had 22 points, Grant had 22, Justin Holiday had 15, Lauri Markkanen, yet another 0-for-4 performance from downtown, had 14 points, and off the bench, Nikola Mirotic had 14 points. Denver beat the Portland Trail Blazers by 3 points last night. The final score was 104-101. This was in fact a nail-biter for the ages. The Denver Nuggets, well, Jamal Murray put up a career-high 38 points. He also did have 6 assists and 5 rebounds. An amazing game for Jamal. We gotta give it up for Jamal Murray. Nikola Jokic had 12 rebounds and 16 points. Portland, well, they were led by last week's player of the week in the Western Conference. Damian Lillard put up 25 points, CJ McCollum had 12, and Yusuf Nurkic had 19 points. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the last game of the day was played in between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers. 126-118 for the Timberwolves was your final score. The Timberwolves, they did lead for the majority of the game. However, the Clippers did have some, a 4-point lead. They had a few moments there in the fourth quarter as well where they were leading. But in the end, an 8-point win for the Timberwolves was the final score. Clippers, well, they did have Blake Griffin, who put up a nice triple-double, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, as well as he did have 1 steal. Milos Teodosic as well at 15 points. Hey, not bad, 3 of 6 from downtown. Lou Will off the bench this time put up 20 points. He should totally be a star. And Harrell as well had 23 points. The Minnesota Timberwolves were led by Andrew Wiggens, his 40 points and 6 rebounds. By the way, Karl-Anthony Towns, he is a beast on the glass. Got another 17 rebounds and had 11 points. And ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to our Player of the Night award. There is no question about it. There is absolute zero question about it. When you have one of the single best performances in NBA, well, probably the last 5-15 years, you're gonna win Player of the Night award, okay? The New Orleans Pelicans, Anthony Davis coming up to the stage, a 2 OT win. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am fully aware that this was into overtime, so, a lot longer playing time, but when he come back from an 18-point deficit there in the fourth quarter, somehow Chicago blow that lead. And then you go out there and you put up a triple-double like you did. I know triple-doubles, they can be quite, they don't tell the entire story. Stat chasing is a big part, but, 24 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals as well, and 44 points. My God, you're a good player. DeMarcus Cousins, your Player of the Night. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today's show. I appreciate you tuning in, taking time out of your valuable day for listening to today's show. I really do hope you hit the subscribe button, hit the like down below, and go into the description box, hit the Instagram link there. That'll take you over to Sports Coaster's Instagram page. Hit the blue follow button, and you will never miss a beat about what's going on in the NBA and the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure being the host of today's show, and I will